Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. There's a bunch of things we need to be talking about. Transfer window ending in 2 days. We got that Leicester game on Thursday, Arsenal on Sunday. Ronaldo talks about him exiting, going to Sporting or Napoli, getting Osman in return. There's talks about Wan-Bissaka, who's meant to be getting sold. Antony deal done, 100 million. We saw videos of him yesterday coming to Carrington. And look, Dubravka from Newcastle as well. So guys, let's talk about all of these things that I just mentioned. And look, the main situation right now is Antony and Ronaldo. Those are the two main topics that everyone is talking about right now. It's been trending everywhere on social media. Look, the talks of Ronaldo going is not a surprise. It hasn't been a surprise for a long time, let's be honest, okay? Since Champions League, since his, what would you call it, his disappointment with Man United in terms of their ambition. And look, we've got to be honest, Antony, Casemiro, Malacia, Eriksen, Martinez, these are all players, right, where I would say only two of them Ten Hag really wanted from the beginning, Martinez and Antony, and both of them have been overpaid. 100 million, we're going to pay around 60 million euros for Antony back in May or June. Martinez was overpaid, 50 million, 55 million we paid for him, probably could have gotten for about 45, 40 maybe. And the rest of them, look, Casemiro was... Look, I think for us, Casemiro is a better option than De Jong. I think in the Premier League, you need someone like Casemiro who's a pure CDM, physical, good tackler, good interceptor of the ball. And look, at the end of the day, he can get the ball forward. Maybe not like how De Jong can, but he can definitely do a job when it comes to that style of being a deep-lying playmaker, okay? I think De Jong would have been trouble defensively in comparison to Casemiro. Now, as we've seen, we faced Southampton and we had 53% possession against a team who, look, they're going to finish in the bottom 10, okay? They're going to finish in the second half of the table. So when it comes to Casemiro, I think he's a signing who we're better off with than De Jong, in my opinion. When it comes to, look, I think he's going to be vital against the top teams, like I mentioned before. Whereas De Jong, I think he would struggle. However, De Jong would have been a great signing for us, but we've chased that signing for 3 months, and that has cost us pretty much signing these other players for the amount we should have signed them for. So we should have signed Antony and Martinez for much lower. We've ended up overpaying massively, and look, 100 million for Antony, in pounds it's 84 million. So really, Pogba was a bigger signing than him in terms of the pay, but that price tag is going to be big on him, and I really hope he works out at Man United, because him and Martinez, being players who I've worked with Ten Hag before, I hope they do well at Man United. Look, I love Antony. I think he's going to be good. And look, there's a conversation to be had. Look, what's going to happen? Where's he going to play? Because he is a right winger. I do prefer Sancho on the right. I think he's a lot more unpredictable on the right. Yes, to be fair, I don't really care. I think Sancho, wherever he plays, is unpredictable. He's skillful, fantastic on the ball. The ball just glues to him. The control, the passing, the crossing, the goal-scoring ability. This is what I'm excited to see from Antony and Sancho, both playing on the wing. Now, is he going to want to play Antony on the left, where, look, he's left-footed, he's going to be able to put crosses in. Sancho from the right can put crosses in. Will he play them in their natural position, which looks... Sancho can play on both. Antony can play both as well, but Antony's more of a right winger. He's going to cut in, he's going to shoot, he's going to pass straight down the middle, he's going to allow the fullbacks to overlap, pass it into the fullback, put a cross in. You know Delo likes to put a cross in, you know Malacia likes to put in a cross in. So it's going to be interesting to see. If you play, listen, either way, where you play them on either wing, you're going to get crosses from the fullbacks and you're going to get crosses from the wingers. So I'm not too bothered about that, right? If you want the initial cross from the winger, maybe you play them, where it's most suited to get a cross from them. So obviously Antony would play him on the left and you play Sancho on the right, put in a first-time cross. If you want to see more of a unpredictable approach from both wingers, where they can cut in, be a bit more skillful, which we love to see from Antony on the right side, which I've been seeing a lot recently. I've been watching a lot of highlights from Antony recently. He's a lot more difficult to deal with on the right hand side because it's cutting in, he's dribbling past you, and then he's very quick as well, he's very agile. So putting him on the right can be, it's his best position really. Sancho, I like to see him both on the left and right, but I just feel like he plays better on the right. So it's going to be interesting to see, because players like Rashford, Ronaldo, obviously there's talks of Ronaldo going, as we know. Elanga. What is going to happen? Martial, someone who I want to see this season. I do want to see Martial this season, but there's a problem that, look, at the end of the day, we need these many players, because look, Martial is injury prone. You got players in Antony, Martial, Sancho and Ronaldo, who for me, they're better on the ball. They can finish. They're unpredictable. They're a lot more creative. Obviously, Ronaldo being a striker is a bit different. But when it comes to Sancho, Antony and Martial, they're a lot more technical players. And they can hold up the ball well. And these are players I want to see in a system where we're going to have more possession. And to be fair, Antony is a lot more diverse. You can play him in a counter-attacking system or in a system where you want to control the ball. Now, Ten Hag clearly wants to have possession. Okay, we're not going to get that this season a lot of the time because this season is going to be, look, we want to win trophies, but it's going to be about adapting, getting the right players on the pitch, seeing who's going to suit the system the most. And we already know Ten Hag is certain about Antony and Martinez. We've seen Martinez do well. There's still more to see from Martinez. And Antony, look, it's going to take a couple of weeks to see what he's really about in the Premier League. Now, players like Elanga and Rashford, okay, for me, I've said it for a long time now, these are players who suit a counter-attacking system. They're explosive, they're quick, they can be difficult to deal with in 1v1s, but in possession, they are not the best. Now, Elanga, what I will say about Elanga is that he presses incredibly, and this is why Ten Hag is going to keep Elanga in that conversation in the front three, because he presses like, I think he's the best presser of our attacking players. But then again, he's not the best goal scorer. He's not even top three. He's not, look, he assisted the other day, but again, he's not the most creative player. And I don't think that, I've seen it from Elanga in the last couple of games he's played. He comes on, he dribbles past, he tries to dribble past a player, gets intercepted quite easily or tackled quite easily, then he claims for a foul, okay? It just reminds me of Rashford, much more explosive. However, Rashford is the better finisher in 1v1s. And he can be a bit unpredictable as well when he's at his best. I still think that it's going to be trouble for Elanga and Rashford to get into this team. I really do. And look, you've got Dubravka coming in as well. Look, I don't think he's going to get in ahead of Heaton or De Gea. I don't think. It's a very surprising signing for me because I don't think... Look, this is desperation now. Look, Antony for 100 mil, Dubravka, there was talks of Gakpo, but whoever we signed at the end with Antony, this is desperation because we didn't get De Jong, okay? They're just, okay, we need to get him. Let's just get him because we need a position there, but we're just going to go for anyone that's pretty much available. They're not going for the players who we should have gone for. Because now, look, Casemiro we didn't go for. Yes, it's just a signing that works because he's one of the best defensive midfielders ever. So we got lucky with Casemiro, but we offered him a lot of money as well, so he was going to come. Dubravka is just one of them signings where let's just go for him, and the goalkeeper position is not a position we're crying out for, but it is a position where I'll say next season we need to start thinking about properly. And look, Antony, desperation again for the money. Malacia is cheap, so he's one of them players who's still not guaranteed in the starting 11, but he's playing like he should start. So we need to see what happens there, but then it's going to be tough in that because if Ronaldo leaves, you've got Martial who's been injured twice already this season, and the season's barely started. And where's the aerial threat? Where is it? The only player who's got an aerial threat in the front three is Ronaldo. Rashford's not good in the air. Martial's not good in the air. Even if you try to bring our more attacking midfielders, Van der Beek is not necessarily good in the air, and he's barely getting any game time. Bruno is not that good in the air. Sancho, no. Antony, no. These are creative players who like to pass, who like to keep the ball, who are technically very good, but they are not players who are great in the air. They're not on the level of Ronaldo in the air. So, for me, mate, where's the aerial ability there? We should have gone out for a striker. And even though we've got a lot of positions now available, a lot of players available in those positions, there's going to have to be a lot of rotation. Play Antony one game, put Rashford on. The thing is, we've got a lot of players who, look, like I said, Antony, Sancho, Martial, these are players who are a lot more technical on the ball, better on the ball, and who would suit a more possession-based style of football. But then again, you can still play Antony in the counter-attacking system because he's quick and he's agile and he's very explosive and skillful. Rashford and Elanga will be interesting. I feel like Rashford and Elanga will be implemented in games where maybe against a Tottenham or Arsenal, or maybe not an Arsenal or a Tottenham, but perhaps more of a Chelsea, a Man City, where, look, Ten Hag wants to play position-based football. But there are going to be positions which are going to stop our system from completely working as he would want. Look, I've got to be honest, I love Delo. I think there will be games where he'll be troubled defensively. And we saw against Southampton, there were times where he got nutmegs. We've seen it a lot with Delo. Delo needs to work out his 1v1s. And look, Delo for me is, I think he's been one of the best most improved players in the last season. I thought he improved under Ranić, and yes, he did have a couple of downfalls throughout the season, but so did the whole team. But I think under Ten Hag, if there were 3 players I would say that improved the most in terms of who were here last season, I would say Dalot would be one of them. So we need to see what happens with the fullback position, but we should have gone in for a right back, because speaking of the right back position, we were meant to sell Wan-Bissaka, but apparently the buyer is only offering 15 million for him. 15 million. Not even, 30% of what we bought for Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's... Look, if Wan-Bissaka stays, he's probably going to play against... Look, he might play in Europa League in the group stages. He might play against the top 3, where we're going to need maybe some more defensive approach from one of the fullbacks, you know, because, look, Dalot still played against Liverpool when he was great in that game. But he's going to have to rotate. 2 games a week, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, the World Cup in November to December. Rotation needs to be put in place. So, guys, let's see what happens. But if Ronaldo goes, I think it's going to be tough for us. I think I'm nervous because Rashford's not a striker, and I feel like he'll be played as a striker. Antony's not a striker; he's not a Ronaldo replacement, and Martial he seems to be more injury prone as each season goes on. He was barely there for Sevilla. He's been injured twice already. Last season he was injured once or twice as well. Guys, let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.